That's the way I feel today.
What years were you in VP-5?
I was in VP-5 from 59 to 62. My name is Doug Scoggins. I came into VP-5 in probably early 1959. I was a crew member on LA-8. I was the first tech on LA-8 on our deployment to Iceland. And Norm Russell was a very close friend and buddy that on our split deployment to Rota, Spain and to Iceland, Norm went to Rota and I went to Iceland. But during my tour with VP-5, we were very close, and that we made a lot of liberty calls and together we saw many places. And so he was a very close friend. And on a change of command in VP-5, he came to Iceland. I guess he had been there for approximately 1 week before they took their first initial flight. And that was the day that we lost LA-9. Now there's one story here that during his trip to Iceland, he had asked me to take that flight, and I told him I would take it. But there was some problem with that in that we either had a test flight or I had a demo appointment. I can't recall exactly what the circumstances, but I had to tell him later I couldn't take the flight because of the scheduled demo appointment. And that was a situation that, you know, I've always thought about, and that the accident was probably the main reason that I didn't extend in the Navy, because I made the decision after that that, you know, my flying days were over. And, we did participate in the search, and I think for 10 to 14 days, we had crews out constantly, 12-hour flights. And, but it was years later. In fact, when the recovery of the LA-9 was actually announced, I didn't hear about it until just a few years ago, because I had been out of the Navy for so long. So.
And after you found out about that it had been found and recovered and that body still remained in the ice, I mean, what did, just don't agree with, what do you think about all of that?
I was very disappointed that, you know, the Navy hadn't pursued the recovery. I have a son currently who's in the Marine Corps, and, you know, those type of situations that I know how people feel about you know, the recovery of lost ones, and I was just very disappointed that we weren't able to recover all the crew.
Well, hopefully it's not over yet, and we'll get it.
I hope so.
Are there any other comments that you'd like to make?
Well, I just hope that the Navy will put together an effort to recover the remains of the crew that's left. Now, there has been some things done, but I don't think it's enough.